So that's another Fix EMEA finished. Matt, what was your key takeaway?
Well, I think it's a pretty simple one, really. I mean, we had over 960 people logged into the platform, um, tons of really good discussions and debates. So everyone just wanted to get together, catch up, and see what we needed to work on. What about you, Rebecca?
Well, yeah, I think it's the other thing for me was really just given the supposed regulatory divergence that we're going to see going forward between the UK and Europe was actually the commonality when it came to better transparency, better data, better standards.
Yeah, commonality, I think, was a critical message that came through the whole event. You take into account Tajinder's keynote, the Secretary General from IOSCO, where he was talking about the common language and how when the simple barcode was introduced, trade increased by 40%. So
Yeah.
just imagine what could happen in Fix if you had better standardization of data.
Yeah. And that was the other thing, actually, just hearing from the MP Bim Afolami, just in terms of how he views the future of UK financial services. And obviously talking a lot about fintech, and we had that great panel at the end of the day where they were talking about the innovation that we're seeing in fintech. And also green finance, that's the other sort of big area. And obviously we had the ESG panel. But again, it's sort of how Fix can potentially help, and the work that Hanno and his team are doing on the XBRL wrapper to help people get non-financial data. This is, all the new areas that we're having to look at and finding industry solutions for.
Yeah, every panel came down to one thing, with better data, more standardized data, and actually linking everything into the trading process, which is critical. You're looking at this in terms of crypto. We had very detailed crypto there, in terms of, and the active working group we've got in cryptocurrency and how the industry is working to try and institutionalize it. Other key things I think is looking at next gen. We had a great next gen panel where we're looking at the next set of talent coming through. How do we foster that? How do we develop that? And where are their core interests and focus? Because it's not going to be us setting the direction. It's going to be these guys coming through.
But what about the all-important fixed income and equities panels then? That traditional market structure debate. How did that go?
Well, when we look at that, I mean, consolidated tape was a key focus. We had a very detailed panel looking at the equities and how flagging was coming in and how there were key differences. You also had fixed income, quite a broad range of topics. But again, transparency being a key focus, looking at data quality. How do we deliver this? How do we look at how the complexity of fixed income can be reflected into transparency? And there's a ton of work that needs to be done there.
Yeah. And actually, I think that the whole day, it was just a very simple message, wasn't it? It was like better standards, better data, but most importantly, we're better together. That's the one thing that came out loud and clear, was the need to collaborate, and actually industry have a good role to play going forward in terms of getting us where we need to be.
Completely agreed. And I think the strapline of the day is Fix is the United Nations.
Yeah, getting all the right people around the right table.
Exactly.